As you can see, for this video, I needed a lot of props and research to be made, which was a lot of fun because, yes, I had to build my own Lego sets. But what are we going to cover today? Let's jump over to a very special place. Each year on August the 20th, Hungary celebrates the founding of the state and the first king of Hungary, Saint Stephen. But who was Saint Stephen and what led to his achievement of establishing Hungary as a European state? Let's find out in today's video and also learn about how do we celebrate August the 20th. Let's rewind time and go back in history. This is the famous Festi panorama, made by Hungarian painter Árpád Festi, who shares his first name with a prominent character of this painting. Prince Árpád, leader of the Hungarian tribes, depicted here as he leads his people into the Carpathian Basin. You can see Hungarian soldiers riding on horseback, guiding livestock, and packed up on chariots. But from where were they led here, and why? Back then, Hungarian people were living a nomadic lifestyle. They used easy-to-assemble tents called yurts, similar to the ones you can see in Mongolia. The Hungarian tribes moved from region to region, leading conquest after conquest, to loot and plunder for resources. But as soon as there wasn't enough to take or food to give to their livestock, they packed up and moved. Today, Hungary is located in the heart of Europe, but from where did their centuries-long nomadic journey start? Well, it is generally considered that our ancestors originate somewhere from the Ural Mountains, and while Hungarian language doesn't really have a close relative today, you can find some similarity with other languages that have background in the Uralic language family. Because of this, we think about Finnish and Estonian people as a distant and long-lost relative of ours. Words that originate from times when we were hunters and gatherers still show some resemblance. One of my favorite examples for this is the Hungarian and Finnish sentence for a fish swims lively under the water. In Hungarian this is hal úszik elevenen víz alatt, and in Finnish it sounds as kala ui elevine veden ala. Words sound very similar there, but in all honesty, Finnish and Hungarian languages are very far apart today, except for a few examples like that. Over centuries, the Hungarian tribes moved further to the west from the Ural Mountains, either because they were looking for more resource-rich areas, or because kings and rulers invited them to participate in their wars as mercenaries in their armies, or because other nomadic tribes pushed them out from their lands. Then finally, during the years of 895 and 896, using the chaos in the Carpathian Basin that was caused by the death of Svatopluk the Great of Moravia, the 7 united Hungarian tribes moved into the area where Hungary resides today. The Hungarian people could not move further to the west from here as they found themselves up against the established European nations like the Holy Roman Empire. They continued their pillage and resource-grabbing conquests, but the tribes remained in the Carpathian Basin. Over time, however, the Hungarian conquests became less and less successful, and their antics really started to piss off the neighboring kingdoms. One of the tribal leaders, Géza, realized that Hungarians must turn their backs on their traditional nomadic lifestyle and become a nation that can culturally align with its European neighbors. Otherwise, it will either be the Western civilizations that consume and eradicate the Hungarians, or another nomadic tribe attacks from the east and takes our place. Géza opened up diplomatic channels to the west and shared his intent to stop with the plundering conquests and join the west by also embracing Christianity. Hungarians used to be pagans. They did not worship a single god, but had their rituals and belief in mythical creatures and legends about the world. A prominent religious role in the tribes was the so-called táltos, a person who was believed to possess supernatural abilities, who was wise enough to act as a mentor, judge in case of a quarrel, heal the sick, or predict the future, and only those who were born with teeth out or with more than 10 fingers were raised to become a táltos. Hungarians had a strong belief in their traditional ways of living, and Géza had the difficult task of moving them away from all of this in the favor of Christianity. Géza had a son called Vajk, who was baptized at a young age, and after his baptism, Vajk received a new name, István, or Stephen in English, and yes, it's that Stephen. Géza died in the year of 997, and it was up to his son to finish what he had started. Unfortunately, not every Hungarian was happy with the idea of throwing away traditions and the ways of living that shaped the tribes for centuries, and one of those was Chief Koppány, who opposed the new ways. One difference between Western European systems and Hungarian tribal customs was the way of inheritance. In the new ways, the eldest son of the leader would take over the ruling responsibilities, but in the old Hungarian ways, it was the eldest member of a family. And Koppány happened to be an older relative of István, which made him the eldest member of the family and having a legitimate claim to the leadership role according to the traditional ways. István and his followers gathered against Koppány and his armies, and the two fought at the town we know as Veszprém today, leading to the victory of István. By the way, there is a very cool and famous rock opera from the 80s that celebrates the clash between István and Koppány. You can listen to that on various music apps like YouTube Music, for example, or one of the live shows of the play is also available on YouTube if you're looking for a very nostalgic viewing experience. After István's success, he sent envoys to Rome to ask the Pope for a crown, which was a symbolic step towards Hungary becoming part of the Christian world. An interesting legend about this is that Pope Sylvester II was in possession of a crown, but he originally intended to give that to the King of Poland. But during a dream, Archangel Gabriel paid him a visit and told him that an unexpected visitor will arrive and ask for a crown, and he should fulfill this request instead of giving the crown to the King of Poland. This is why you'll see Archangel Gabriel with a crown at the top of the column in the middle of the Hero Square Millennium Monument. By the way, the Holy Crown of Hungary you can view today in the Parliament building is not the same crown that István received back in the day. This famous crown is an evolution of many different crowns with different elements combined over the course of history. In December of the year 1000, István was crowned as the first king of Hungary, but his work didn't simply end here. For decades he was still fighting wars against fellow Hungarians who didn't want to split with the old traditions. He united and modernized the Hungarian state, created laws that strengthened Christianity as a religion and defended personal belongings, set up county systems and elected officials to govern regions of the country, and released his own currency. Thanks to his efforts, the Hungarian state was established as one of the many strong European nations. After he died, it only took a few decades for the Holy Church to recognize his importance and his accomplishments in the Christian world, and in 1083, on August the 20th, King Stephen I was made Saint Stephen. Before we continue, if you enjoy what we do and want to support our work, then you can do so by using the thanks button right there, or you can also check out some of our merch. This one here has the famous basilica and the policeman statue, and of course a cute pulley dog that's Hungarian. And this one has a dragon, which is based on a Hungarian puppet show that I watched as a child. And he fights a hussar, of course. But we have many more designs, so go and check out the link in the description and find out which design is your favorite. And now, let's get back to the video. So what can you expect if you visit Budapest on August the 20th? Well, the city is full of different programs and festivities, and usually the first ones start here at the Kossuth Square, right in front of the Parliament building. The first thing is always the raising of the national flag, along with a military tribute, and the Parliament's doors also open up so that the public can freely go and check out the Holy Crown of Hungary. But usually this activity will take a really long time because there will be extremely long queues since it's a free activity. So if you wish to check out the Holy Crown on this day, make sure to plan accordingly. A new tradition introduced in recent years is the yearly selection of the cake of the country, which is released around the time of the celebrations. Some of these tasty sweets have become so famous they are made into permanent menu items at cafes and confectionaries, so make sure to try them if you visit. Lately, there's always a regular and a sugar-free cake chosen as cake of the country. The St. Stephen's Basilica is not only named after St. Stephen, it actually hosts his preserved right hand, which we call the Holy Right. And as part of the festivities, during the afternoon, they carry the Holy Right around this area. During the day, the blessing of the first bread also takes place. So you may see large processions where people carry bread while wearing traditional Hungarian clothing. Throughout the day you'll find different festivals and markets where people sell their products and goods and where you can grab some local dishes. But the most popular event is the fireworks along the Danube River that start after sunset around 9 o'clock in the evening. This is when huge crowds gather at the banks of the river to witness the long, colorful and intricate show of fireworks and music. It's a really nice experience if you don't mind shoulder bumping with a bunch of people for a bit. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you come to Budapest on August the 20th, now you know why we celebrate and how we celebrate, and hopefully you will have an amazing time. And if you want to know more about Budapest and Hungary, our history and what you can see and do here in this wonderful city, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and also like this video so other people can also see these. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys in the future videos. Bye!